All right, welcome, folks. How are you? Hope your weekend's off to a good start. Looks like Burninator already had a note up in the chat there about not forgetting to get in your predictions. Happy Friday. We're continuing with our Final Fantasy V stream. I think I need to turn up the volume just a little bit. Yeah, it was down. I was listening to something that was really loud, I think on YouTube. I turned down the volume. Welcome, Rienzo, Burninator, everybody else that's just arriving here. Today we're going to see how much further we can get with the Final Fantasy V playthrough. I don't know if we have quite enough time to finish today, but we'll see how far we can get in 2-ish hours and go from there. We have one more. So there's basically 4 main dungeons in the third world, and then there's the final dungeon. We've done 3 of the 4 dungeons so far. So we're going to be going to see if we can try to wrap that up, or as much as we can get done. So first things first, let's head back to Mirage. We got to restock on potions. We used up all our high potions. Come on. There we go, finally. We got to restock our potions. At the end of the last session, we used every single high potion due to the stupid lava floors that we were walking over. Okay. No, not you. Who has high potions for sale? Here we go. Note that this is rather pricey, 35,000, but we do actually need them. Now we probably have some stuff to sell though that we picked up. This would normally be sell bait, except we can actually use these in this playthrough, so we want to hold on to them. Not going to sell the magic lamp. We'll have our summons. The Thornlet we're never going to use. Not only sells for 1 gold, but 1 gold is still 1 more gold. We don't need this anymore, because the only reason we had the air knife was to boost air damage on Hellwind, but we now have the Magus Rod for that, so we don't need that. Thief's Knife, maybe. Sleep Blade is still our only way of inflicting sleep, so this is still our only way of inflicting old, so we'll hold on to that. We don't... would I ever want ice damage or fire damage? Probably not. You know what? These will never outdo the Brave Blade, so I'll go ahead and sell these, because the Brave Blade's going to be better in like every situation. And certainly I don't need the Flame Rod or the Frost Rod anymore. I will hold on to the Poison Rod, because I can use this for an emergency heal on our Necromancer. Okay, Sage Staff. Dark Bow's our only way of inflicting darkness. That is this stupid bow for killing the birds, but we're never going to fight a bird again, so we can sell this. The Bone Mail we're probably not going to use. Oh, we have the Wonder Wand. The Defender Sword is awesome. We definitely don't want to get rid of that. Okay, the rest of this stuff we'll hold on to. You never know. Alright, now because we're going to face Leviathan in the next dungeon, we also need to get some Coral Rings, because he counterattacks damage with Coral Ring, with Tidal Wave, and that does a lot of damage. Our party's not very good on healing. I can't wait for all the Catherine Sims crowing when she wins through sheer blind... Simps, okay. When she wins through sheer blind luck. We'll see. I know a lot of people have picked Kathy. Good morning, it's here. Just watching a video of... Yes, I've heard of this. What's that guy's name? It's Seer or something like that. He did a big challenge run on Final Fantasy V and posted the video like yesterday or something. I haven't watched it, but I saw that the variant that he did was apparently cannot use the menu, cannot spend gold, cannot run away from battle, which is like this completely ridiculous setup. Anyway, we're gonna buy 3 of these because there is 1 in the upcoming dungeon, if I remember correctly, and then we'll just hold on to these. Anyway, it looks like a completely ridiculous playthrough. But there is a point at which, when I'm doing these challenge runs, I do still want it to be fun. Like, if you hit the point where it's just miserable, I generally do not enjoy doing a challenge that's so difficult that it's just absolutely miserable. I've done some of them, but I generally try to avoid them. I'm not looking to try something like that. Anyway, we also apparently missed a new dark art. Not that it's a very useful one, but we actually can get another dark art in this Kuzar Castle, so we'll go ahead and get that right now. We have to kill one of the X-Death Souls, who are a common enemy in here. Yeah, any situation... Apparently that variant is... you can't save the game. Okay, so we have to kill one of these. Now, the Necromancer has to be the one to kill it. Is that even going to work on the Necromancer? Okay, it did. I wasn't sure if that was gonna work or not. Oh, okay. So I guess that happened. Well, we can Phoenix down Kara back to life again. Do we want one of these? No, not really. I don't really have anything for you to do, unfortunately. Nah, I believe these guys have enough health that, okay. I believe they have, will Drain Touch work here, just out of curiosity? Is this guy undead? Okay. Yeah, it still worked. I think they have like 20,000 health. Okay, I'm trying to get just one finisher to land. Yeah, I know, right? It does have to be the Necromancer that kills him. I'm trying to get one finisher to land, and then I'll just spam the Hell Winds after that. Okay. We're alright. We're alright. Okay, I think this does not kill him, and then another Hellwind or two will. So we're just gonna go for the kill with Hellwinds here. I think I need 2 more Hellwinds. I think. Because it's gotta be... Don't hit Kara, okay. She has to be the one to get the kill for this to work. I believe they have 20,000 is my memory. There we go. Alright, so now we should learn Dark Flare. Gain Dark Flare. It's not actually, despite the fact that the name... Oh, we also got a Dark Matter, which is pretty cool. Despite the fact that the name is really neat, it's actually not that useful of an ability. It penetrates magic defense, which is really nice, but the damage is non-elemental, which means it does not get boosted by equipping the Magus Rod. Because, like, the damage from Hellwind is actually boosted by 50% by having the Magus Rod equipped. Still, I'll go ahead and show what this looks like. Well, let me save it, and then I'll show what it looks like. Lesson from doing solo games for many years. Always, always, always save the game. Always save the game. Yeah, it is weird that the Necromancer has a sprite ever since we've been in the third world. Also, thanks for the watch streak, Rienzo. What's with all these back attacks, by the way? Oh, I could have just Blade Blitz there. By the way, that was from the back row. That was from the back row, I just want to point out. Alright. So this one normally costs 52 magic points. It's cut in half to 26. Problem is, it's just not as good as it's not as good as Hellwind. I mean, it looks really cool, and it cuts through their magic defense, but most monsters don't have very high magic defense. See, I mean, it's not bad, but Hellwind does notably more damage. Okay, we'll take an eye drop. Exactly. So as the tier has in there, Dark Flare has the same no boost problem as normal Flare and Bahamut. That is correct. That's the problem. You can't boost its damage. Alright. Let's go to Istery Falls. Now for this we need the submarine again. That's the 4th dungeon. Which is right over here. It's right over here somewhere. We gotta go under the water. Where's my map? I don't remember... Okay, it's over to the right. I was a little off. I knew the general area, but I haven't played this game in recent years, so some things like the exact location sometimes throws me off. 2 of these late game monsters are just normal animals. Blade Blitz might just kill them here. Alright, not quite. We'll use Evil Mist just to mix it up. The reason why I usually use Hellwind is a lot fewer things resist Wind Element. Poison Element is more common to be resisted by monsters. Okay. Here, why waste the magic points? Bartz will just double Blade Blitz them. There we go. That'll do. Yep, that Brave Blade is rather good. If you've never run from battle the whole game, that Brave Blitz is rather good. Blade Blitz is rather good. Or Brave Blade is rather good. Anyway, I can't talk. By the way, these are monsters from World 1. Those enemies there, they have like 500 health. So they just die instantly. Alright. Go ahead and save. Yeah, they're getting there in terms of levels. It would be what you really want. So what you really want for the late game is you want to have health that's over about 1700 if you can, because the final X death form uses what's it called? An ability called Almagest, and it hits the whole party for about 15 to 1600 damage. So if you're Lena and you have 977 health and it does 1500 damage, well, guess what? Every time that ability pops out, you insta die. So we'd like to get these levels up a little bit higher, since that gives you more health every time you level. Oh yeah, we never did the cave full of deadly squirrels. I mean, there wasn't much for this party in there. Probably should have used Blade Blitz here. Okay, that actually does not kill the gargoyle. They have 5,000 health, so that's actually a good thing. So I'm going to let the action bars fill up. We're going to Hellwind, and then Bartz will just attack and kill the one that doesn't die. This is good because the gargoyles can revive. If there's only one gargoyle alive, they can revive the other one, but we're never going to give them a chance to do that because we're just going to do this, and then they're dead. Very good. All right. Time for the last dungeon. This one is a lot easier than the Great Trench that we just did in the last session. It's a surprisingly easy dungeon. It's supposed to be the last one that you do, and we also probably should get the rest of the legendary weapons from Kuzar Castle. I keep forgetting. We might as well go back there and then get all of the missing ones at once. Alright, Blade Blitz will kill these things. These things have low health. These things only have like 1,000 HP. Well, okay. Apparently they also have a lot of physical evade. Or they rolled really good on their evasion rolls that time. What the heck? Okay. That's it. You're getting hell-winded. Actually, you lost some HP, so why don't you Drain Touch the health you lost back? That actually should kill it. Yeah. Those things don't have a lot of health. Is Lena up to 1,000 HP now? Yay, finally over 1,000 max HP. Alright. Now, there's not that much in the way of useful treasure in this dungeon, but there's a couple things. One Ether. I mean, Ethers do cost 1,000 gold, so that's not nothing. Oh, it's this... Okay. We gotta kill the stupid frog. This should kill the thing in the back. That's good damage. Alright. Now we gotta kill the frog, though. Which, yeah, some of these random encounters are a little weird. Okay. There we go. If you're wondering what was going on in that battle, I believe eventually the frog starts doing, like, a really nasty attack if you wait for a round or two. We just didn't give it time to do anything like that. Oh. We have to go to the... Wait, how do we get to that? Oh, there's a ladder over there. Again, it's been a little while since I played this game, so I don't have the pathing down as well as I used to. Okay. This will die to a double Blade Blitz. Oh wait, no, never mind. The one in the back takes half damage, so we'll just Hellwind it out of the way. Aqua Gels. These things are pretty easy to kill, and they give quite a bit of golden experience. See, we got 1,600 gold or gil and 951 XP. Also 6 ability points. Of course, we have all our jobs long since maxed out at this point. Turtle Shell. Well, we actually can use that with, once we finish this dungeon, Ferris can finally unlock her other Cannoneer ability, and we actually can use it with that. There we go. And yes, the 840 damage does actually kill that. Okay, the 140 does not kill this thing, but it doesn't have a lot of health. Okay, well, you know what? You can't dodge this. Dodge the cannon to the face. Magic attacks never miss. So that was guaranteed to hit. Okay, yeah, we gotta go get that chest over there. I mean, we don't have to, but... So anyway, random encounters are pretty easy at this stage of the game. Like, the Necromancer kind of shreds random encounters. I mean, the Necromancer kind of shreds everything. The problem is it can't heal very easily. Okay, the air knife is just cell bait. I think we just sold that earlier. Now, is there a chest over to the right? I can't remember. No, it does not look like it. Okay, so we just go to the next room now. Okay. I might have to use some ethers for magic restoration for Kara at some point. Actually, you know what we can do? We're right at the entrance. Let's just go out and use a tent or a cottage to get those magic points back, because it's cheaper than using ethers. Oh yeah, Kara got back 100 magic points from that. Alright. Now we'll go forward. Oh, I forgot that the door closed behind us, apparently. You don't have to loot. I mean, it's an RPG. Of course you have to loot everything. It's like, it's an RPG. Of course we have to hear. We'll use this. These guys do not resist poison. Hi, Whitebeard. It would have been a nice camping site there. So I guess you could say we're, like, technically grinding by doing this as well. By going and opening every chest, we are also grinding. But not really. I mean, we are literally just going from location to location. Alright, what's back here? There's another chest, I believe. There it is. Okay. And yes, there's a pathway down there. Goliath time. Okay, that's terrible. But a hidden chest. The Rune Blade. This would be... So this isn't a very unique weapon, the Rune Blade. It scales off both your attack stat, your strength stat, and your magic stat. The problem with it is, like, it's too outdated by this point in the game. It's just outclassed by, like, all these other weapons you have access to. Oh, Tonberry, okay. These things are annoying. So they very slowly move towards you. And then they use a cleaver attack that does a huge amount of damage. And they have, like, 40,000 health. And I'm not exaggerating. They have, like... Oh, yeah, there it goes. It's gonna slide toward us. So I'm hoping that we'll get some finishers from Barks, because we need to do a lot of damage to this thing. It is not really worth it to fight the Tonberries, and they've become like a meme in Final Fantasy games. It's not really worthwhile to fight these things, but we can't exactly run. Because of the Brave Blade, we can't run from combat. Fortunately, they are not a common encounter. And, oh wait, I should check to see if they have the heavy flag in the code. I think that they do. But I should just check to make sure. See if they have the heavy flag. Because if not, I can just condemn them and then they'll die in 5 seconds. But you can see how much health these things have. As I said, they have around... It's like 35,000 to 40,000 health. It's a lot. Fortunately, the elemental attack's doing a lot of work, but yeah. There we go. Finally got him. So look, we get like nothing. We get 300 experience. You get 15 ability points, but that's irrelevant for us. Are you sure you want to talk about these guys being uncommon? I know, right? I swear that they're not that common. After we had the bird fiasco last week. But anyway, we pretty much just blow every random encounter away with Blade Blitz and Hellwind. There we go. Now that battle gives a lot. That's 2,000 gold, something, an extra experience. Alright, now for this one, you have to flip this switch, and you see after a couple seconds the waterfall turns back on. I can't remember if you need a thief to run to get this one. I think you can get it if you're just fast enough. I'll try once or twice more. I might be wrong, though. Got it. Now, do we need a protect ring? No, but we can probably sell it for more money. Setting myself up so my picks work again. Oops, I should have hit the toad, not the woman here. I think I can just condemn this one though. I think I can just use condemn and that'll kill this thing. Avoid spending more magic points I don't need to. Here we go. Doom. Yeah, so we just need to wait 5 seconds and it'll die. Or we could hit elemental attack now. Why doesn't the frog have a name? Good question. I don't know. As I said, it's a weird encounter. I think it eventually turns into a dragon or something. Alright. V3. A whole Phoenix down. Can the frog run Doom? Seriously, can the frog run Doom? There's a well-known meme about trying to get every single computer thing possible to see if it can run Doom. People have been able to get Doom to run on like toasters and graphing calculators and stuff like that. Okay. Honestly, we might just be able to attack this guy and kill him. Oh, that's right. Every time you hit them, they counterattack. Well, I forgot about that. They're monks. They have that counterattack ability. But we can just stab them twice, and that's that. It's not much of a random encounter. I don't want to use a lot of resources as a result. Another reflect ring. We've got a few of those. I think we have 3 now. The Steel Fist is here to meditate. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, you just drain touch this guy. Get a little health back. This will kill this coral. Why corals are an enemy? Okay, yeah, they don't have a lot of health either. Why are corals an enemy? I have no idea. But apparently they are. Alright, here we go. I'll use a cottage a little bit later. We're not too low on magic points yet. Most importantly, though, it just lets us save the game. Alright. That's right. Oh, yeah, that's right. There's a pit here. I wasn't even trying to fall down there. Ow. Okay, that did 1,000 damage to everyone. Well, there goes 8 high potions. Fuma Shuriken's a nice little treasure, though. Guess I should have hit the switch on the wall first. Okay, why is there 1 Aqua Gel? Okay, we'll just stab it twice then. Not that it gives us very much for winning. Oh, yeah, there we go. I knew that there's 2 Aegis shields in the game. I couldn't remember where the second one was. Alright, Bartz, congratulations. You've upgraded now. So now the only 2 shield users both have Aegis shields. Which again, every hostile spellcast, you have 1 in 3 odds to block. And it also blocks Petrification. Titan's Axe. Now Bartz can equip that. The problem is, again, it's just not as good as the Brave Blade. Huge Axe once used by Giants. Again, just, like, we have the Brave Blade that's maxed out. It kind of puts all the other weapons to shame that Bartz could potentially use. Alright. Are they all going to counterattack? Nope. I guess because he didn't use the fight command. Their counterattack is keyed to the use of the fight command. Does that kill them all? Yep. Hey, we got 1,000 experience. I'll take it. And there's nothing down here. Alright. Let's go get the other chests in the area. Blade Blitz might kill most of these. Oh, I guess not. I guess they have enough health to survive that. So here. Eat some evil mist. Oh. Well. Remember what I said about poison being relatively common? A lot of enemies have poison absorption or resistance. Well, that was some magic points wasted. There's a reason why I usually use Hellwind. I'm just trying to mix it up. But anyway, there we go. I mean, 2,000 gold and 1,200 experience is pretty nice. Hey, we need... I mean, we actually do still need... You might think at this stage of the game we don't need money anymore, but that's actually not true. We still do need money. The Enhancer. I mean, again, it's a good weapon. It's legitimately one of the game's better weapons, but it just pales in comparison to the Brave Blade. That's another weapon intended for a knight. Alright. Oh, that's right. There's a pit there. I forgot. Let's go save it and use a cottage so we can get our magic points back. Have to remember not to step on that tile. That was mostly just so Kara could get her magic points back. Alright, now to go forward in the dungeon, we have to fall here. There's a little bit of a puzzle dungeon in this section. It's hard to know where you're supposed to go. You keep getting stuck going in circles, but it turns out you can go down another floor. And that's where we have to go. Alright, so there's the 4th tablet. You're probably like, wait a minute, wasn't there supposed to be a boss fight here? Well, don't worry, we'll have a boss fight. Alright. Time to give everybody coral rings. Except Lena, because Lena is currently the least important member of the party. I'm sorry, Lena, but you're just not that useful right now. So if you die, it's not that big of a deal. That tablet, you'll hand it over to me. Oh, look, it's Red Guy. I don't think this monster even has a name. Once Xdeath gains the power of the void, he'll create a world for us, monsters. I won't let you interfere. I do like the sprite design. Leviathan's enormous, as you'd expect. Bye. Leviathan just instantly kills Red Guy. The beast was destroyed by Leviathan. Okay, cool. I mean, by the way, Leviathan, optional boss fight. You do not have to fight him. You can just get the heck out if you want. But, of course, we'll fight him. You can literally just leave without fighting Leviathan. Power of my water, strong enough to wash away all sins and make things pure. But only to those with the ability to fight the void will I award this power. Alright. Leviathan, as you might expect, uses a lot of water attacks. Alright, now, because this guy also uses a lot of physical attacks, we're going to use this, we're going to start by defending up the whole party. Because we can. Why not put our whole party in armor status? I'm going to be doing this a lot in any boss fight that uses physical damage. This guy does have a chance to counterattack whenever you hit him as well. That's why we have the coral rings. So far he has not been... Do we want to use a prediction? I think we're on Starfall. Let's see what happens. This will be fun. Starfall is pretty random as far as what happens. Future brings a Starfall. CB, he only took half damage from that. Alright. Defender, let's get our Necromancer who can't heal normally protected. Can also entangle people. Sure, I'll win. Now, normally Bartz would be in haste status, so he'd be moving twice as fast. So Lena can put a prediction on... there's the tidal wave. So notice that it heals the party instead of killing us. So I'll have her heal herself with a condemn. That'll go off in 5 seconds and heal her back to full. Although Starfall might kill her before that. Let's see what happens. Starfall can hit either the enemy or the party. It's random. This will be interesting. Okay. Didn't really do much of anything except it did just enough to kill Lena, unfortunately. Oh, wait. Oh. Okay. Great prediction. There's a reason why those predictions can be pretty dangerous. Oops. Yeah, it did like no damage to the boss. By the way, great physical defense there on the part of Oh, I should have brought back another party member. It's okay. We've got Phoenix Downs. Should have just brought back another party member. That usually doesn't do that much damage, but our party is also pretty low on health. Okay, this is fine. We're all okay. High potions to the rescue. It's okay. We'll rebuild our health here. Ferris blocked it, which means she doesn't heal. Okay, well, Lena was not surviving that anyway. We're fine. I mean, you can see that having the coral rings makes the battle a lot easier. Okay. We've pretty much recovered from what was going on there. Just get Lena back up to a safer spot. Now we're pretty much ready to go. Lena still dies to these tidal waves, but there's only so much we can do about that. Alright. Everyone has armor status. Everyone has armor status except Lena. Here, this way you can actually survive if you get hit by a tidal wave. Alright. And then this will heal you. And now we're pretty much ready to go. Alright, now we can go back on the offensive again. Because everybody's more or less at full health. And Bart's got his heal incoming. Finisher is our best offense here. Because Finisher can do the 9999. You can also miss like that. You have to be careful because he can counterattack anytime you hit him. Alright, time for our next prediction. Don't worry, now we're on what, Cleansing, which is a safe one that can't damage the party. Cleansing actually cannot damage the party, so we'll be okay here. We've done about half of Leviathan's health so far, I think. As I said, he has 40,000 health. We're pretty steadily chipping away at him. Ha! Physical evasion for the win. There we go. There's the elemental attack. Though the critical hit would do like 4,000 something. Alright, nice. So you see that? The Aegis Shield blocked the Entangle. Again, Ferris is about to upgrade. Alright, here comes Cleansing. This one only hits the enemy, does not hit the party. It does damage based on whatever his last... Okay, that wasn't very impressive. Unfortunately, I don't know. He must have been on a... His final digit of his health must have been like a 3 or something. Because it didn't do very much damage. Alright, here comes the tidal wave. Again, everybody heals except Lena. Here you go. So she'll just queue up a heal for herself. Again, once I can put Lena in haste status, the predictions go off in 2 seconds once she's in haste status. So they get a lot stronger. I'm actually going to wait for that heal to go off before hitting Leviathan because he can counterattack. There you go. Now she'll be at full health. Alright, well, Bart 2 let me down. Bart 2 should be embarrassed. Okay. There's still a name discrepancy. Okay, sure. I do my best to get them. Another tidal wave. This way Lena doesn't die in one hit. Alright, she can queue up another heal on herself. Again, if I'd had 4 coral rings, I didn't want to spend myself down that low on money, but if I'd had enough for 4 coral rings, she would just have been healed from that as well. Alright, there we go. There we go. This might kill Leviathan. It'll be close. Alright, there we go. 20 ability power. Now, we got another wall ring. Now we have full wall rings, which is really nice. There is a fight where I will want to be in wall status for everybody. What is that thing's mouth? That's where he ate the red guy a minute ago. That's where he ate the red guy. Anyway. Okay, so now we don't need these things, so we can go back to our running shoes. No, not you, Ferris. As much as I like the this class. Oh, you still have you still have the Elven Mantle, and then I give you one as well. All right, yeah. So that's it for that dungeon. Now we got the 4th tablet. Let's go get the missing legendary weapons. I didn't say there. I suppose we could technically get wiped out in a random encounter here. The odds of that seem low, but I guess it could happen. Let's just make sure it doesn't happen. Oh, Bart still has the defender sword. I forgot to switch. No wonder his attacks weren't doing as much damage. I forgot to switch him back to the Brave Blade. I just realized it now. I used the defender to give everybody's armor status, and then I forgot to swap back. Oh well. Hi, Trancy. Want to say hi. This is the hardest game so far to predict. I'm surprised by the clear favorites. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, anytime you have the 7 AI games, it can be harder, right? Just because there's another person to figure out. Some of the games I have found hard to read, other people have said that they thought were straightforward. So, I don't know. We don't really have a good answer until we get to the alternate histories, if we can see. Because, like, sometimes, you know, you have a clear favorite in the alternate histories, which means the game was pretty straightforward, had like a straightforward read. In other games, it's not clear at all. Anyway, here, wait, where's Kuzar Castle? It's not too far away. There's Tool. So it's right over here. There we go. Love the map layout. Yeah, I was able to, this was one of the maps that I was most excited about when I rolled it, just because it was different from the norm. Alright, so let's go get the remaining legendary weapons. I don't know if we even need any of them, but I think that, like, Excalibur is good against Halicarnassus, because Halicarnassus is weak against Holy Element, and Excalibur's Holy Element. But we'll just grab them all. Which I believe, I think we have to do this anyway to get the, this bow is fine on a hunter, but even the hunter doesn't really want this. They want the chicken knife. Chicken knife plus X-Fight is pretty ridiculously broken. I believe we have to claim all 12 of them to unlock the final Cannoneer ability, the bonus dungeon and the Cannoneer combine. This is the top Beastmaster weapon. By the way, it's time to switch our stream timer over. I actually caught it this week. There we go. Okay, there we go. What else? So, this is definitely the most useless of the legendary weapons. Apollo's Harp. Even a bard doesn't want this weapon. The bard either wants the chicken knife to deal damage, or wants like the guardian dagger slash man ghost to defend themselves while they're. Oh wait, oh that's nice. It lets me keep taking them. And oh wait, no, it doesn't. I do have to go back. The Gaia Bell or Earth Bell is also pretty useless. But even the bard doesn't actually want that weapon. It does a percentage of the enemy's max health as damage, which sounds great. The problem is, in a random encounter, you don't really want to do 30% of an enemy's max HP, because then it always takes 3 rounds to kill something. And then it doesn't work on bosses, because it doesn't work on anything that has the heavy flag in the code. So the harps are just really useless in almost every situation possible. They either do chip damage to random encounters, which are easy to win anyway, or they don't work on bosses, which is, yeah. Alright, again, Excalibur deals holy damage, which is useful in like 1 or 2 places. Most of these legendary weapons are not very useful at all, but we'll hold on to them. Gaia's Bell is also pretty useless, but it actually is, if you're actually running a Geomancer, it is the best weapon for the Geomancer to hold, because it boosts, it increases the elemental damage from like 4 or 5 different elements. Now, granted, the only person who can equip that is a Geomancer, but if you are using a Geomancer, that actually is the best weapon for them to use. The harp sounds great against gigantic annoying birds. That said, a solo Geomancer still does want the chicken knife as well. But in a normal party setting, you would actually give the Earth Bell to a Geomancer. Why you would have a Geomancer in your party, I'm not exactly sure, because the class is awful. But if you were running a Geomancer, you'd want to give them the Earth Bell. Unfortunately, Sasuke's Katana, despite the cool name, is not a very good weapon. Ninjas want the chicken knife plus the twin lance combo. Unfortunately, there is only one chicken knife in the game, so in a normal party setting, you can't give everybody the chicken knife. You have to find other... So some of these weapons do end up getting used. Holy Lance is obviously good on a Dragoon, but they actually have a better weapon. There's a Dragon Spear or Dragon Lance that's a rare drop in the final dungeon that you can also get them. which is slightly better. And then this one, the Rune Axe, is garbage. There's like no reason you'd ever want to use this. It's interesting. Some of the legendary weapons are great, and some of them are not very good at all. Kind of weird from a design perspective. I guess that's natural in a game where there's so many classes, though. The thing about ancient legendary weapons is technology has moved on. Okay, now do we get any notification that we can now opened up that spot? Okay, here's one of these guys again. Okay, that would have been nice. Again, we got to kill him because Brave Blade means we can't run away. Yeah, if that hits, it's an instant kill. The fact that it didn't do anything means that it missed. And these things have... Alright, there we go. High physical defense, which is why the high physical and magic defense. Does Doom work on this guy? I don't know if it does. Let's see. Nope, must have the heavy flag in the code. No surprise. Yeah, why is Extes Soul here? I'm not exactly sure. I don't really understand what's supposed to be going on here either. I think it's supposed to be like an astral projection or like a shadow of him or something. I don't know why it's called an Extes Soul. Anyway, we'll take our Dark Matter. That's really all we got there. No gold or experience, unfortunately. Are we going to get a Shield Dragon just to mix things up? Sure. There we go. You actually do get golden experience for these guys. Just don't try to cast a spell at them. They're in permanent reflect status, so they just bounce magic back at you if you use it on them. Okay, wow, that did like no damage. They must have high magic defense. I'll try using the Dark Flare on them. That'll probably... Yeah, they have very high magic defense if they're doing that little damage. Okay, Bart's... Of course, we can also just try... Does Doom work on them? I think I tried this in World 2 and it didn't work. Yeah, it doesn't work. Alright. Here, we'll try the Dark Flare because you have such high magic defense. This should do more damage. Really, though, our best offense here is going to be Finisher actually hitting. Wow, that did very little damage, too. These guys are tanky. Fortunately, we've still got the elemental attack. It's 50% odds to get the... Oh, well, screw you. Yeah, they try to run away when they get low on health, which is annoying. What's this? I heard there was an earthquake down south. We can only hope that no one was hurt. No one knows the cause of the earthquake. I wonder if an underground volcano erupted. If only we had a submarine, we could go take a look. That's pretty vague. Now, this is only in the... Obviously, this is only in the Game Boy Advance version of the game. But, of course, we wouldn't have any of these classes, these bonus classes, if we weren't in the Game Boy Advance version. Remember, you're not supposed to unlock the Necromancer until you've finished the bonus dungeon. At which point in time, your party will be, like, level 80 and the game's completely over. Which is a bit of a shame that, like, you never really get to experience this class normally. Because it's an interesting class. Alright, so this is... This is down here, and I think it's... They actually did not mark it on the map. I believe it's down here somewhere, though. Or is it near Mirage? It's somewhere down here. Is it south of Mirage? There it is, right there. Note that this is not marked on the map in any way. It's just these two little bubbles. This is super easy to miss. Or is it marked on the undersea? Maybe it's marked on the undersea map. Some incredible force is coming up from the seafloor. Spinning around in a circle. It's like time and space are being twisted. It's sucking us in. Again, not in the original version of the game. Added for the remake. Still, the jobs that they added for the remake, for the Game Boy Advance version, these 4 jobs are pretty cool. They're interesting. They're not boring. They're not... I mean, most of them are pretty good, but, like, they're not as overpowered as you might think. When I did my tier... Like, first of all, you're not supposed to access them until the end of the game anyway. But even hacking them in with, like, cheats like we did here, I still didn't have them rated at the top of my tier list when I did the Final Fantasy V tier list. The door slams shut. Okay. Oh, look, more crystals. Oracle. This is Oracle, Cannoneer, and Gladiator, which of course we've been using since the start of the game. But this is where you're supposed to get access to them. Again, this doesn't unlock until you've done all 4 of the main dungeons in World 3. So there's not much left of the game at this point. Alright. Now we can finally buy the ammunition for Combine. Right, and it's hard to be overpowered compared to some other stuff that already exists. Hi, I'm a traveling merchant. It's like, what? How did you get down here? We're in a cave at the bottom of the ocean. I washed up here. A mysterious cavern under the sea is bound to be full of great loot. Is that really what you're most worried about? You have crystal fragments. That's very rare. You don't even understand what powers are hidden inside, huh? I think I actually do at this point in time. Oracles, they have the power to predict. Yeah, I'm pretty familiar with these classes. Sometimes they'll affect the Oracle themselves. That's something you'll have to find out for yourselves. We know how to use these. Okay. So, this is completely false. This is completely false. The higher rank predictions do not... There is no difference in strength whatsoever between the 3 ranks of predictions. The only thing they do is they dictate how long it takes for the prediction to go off and how many magic points they cost. Predict is exactly the same at all 3 ranks. It's just amazing to me that the game literally lies to you about how the predictions work. Anyway, small soapbox moment there, but like, the game is actually lying to you. All of the predictions do the same thing. There's no difference between them. I wouldn't say effectively using predict is like a breeze. Gladiators. Between Blade Blitz and Finishers, they can take down almost any foe. The Cannoneers, they use their ability to combine. Combine lets Cannoneers put together ammunition with various other items to cause different effects. There's 3 types of ammo: buckshot, blast shot, and blitz shot. Combine different ammo with different items. I'm all sold out. Okay. So we need to buy from that guy. But I don't remember where we have to go. Now, this is where the bonus dungeon is located. You have to, I believe you have to beat the game, beat X Death to be able to go in the bonus dungeon. So, it doesn't seem to be working. All right, so we got to go purchase from that guy. I can't. I'm trying to remember where we actually can go to get stuff from him. Let's go try going to one of these towns and see. I think he's in Crescent. Didn't wind stop being a thing when the wind crystal broke? Shh. That was like back in World 1. You can't expect a game like this to have continuity. That was like a while ago. Alright, let's see. I think this guy's in here now. Yeah, there he is. Alright. So, you can buy the 3 types of ammo, but Blitz Shot is the best. There's no reason to buy any of the others. Here, let me show you. I wanted to refresh my memory on how this worked, so I pulled up the list here. Here's this attack's called Combine. Damage formula is base attack plus a number between 0 and base attack divided by 8. That's this column here. The multiplier is the same as open fire. It's take the levels, square the level, divide by 256. So this scales really well into the late game because as your level goes up, you know, 30 times 30 at level 30. If you like get to level 50, it's 50 times 50, so it scales up really well. And then the damage is just the attack times the multiplier. And they all have various status effects. 75% chance to inflict on any enemy that's not immune. That's amazing. So anyway, we can do this with flame scrolls, water scrolls, lightning scrolls. You can see this base attack is 220, which is extremely high. We can get fire, water, lightning damage. We can also inflict darkness status, which by the way does work on one of the late game bosses. Then we also have shuriken effect. We have the Fuma shuriken, which doubles the damage if the target's considered to be human. I have to look up which targets at the end of the game are actually considered human. We can inflict slow status with the turtle shell. We can double the damage against a dragon opponent. There are a couple dragon opponents that we want to keep an eye on for that. Dark matter does less damage, but can inflict death status. Of course, almost everything late in the game is immune to death status. We can also do earth element damage. We can berserk monsters, although most monsters in the end game are immune to berserk. We can also shred armor and magic defense with this. With an iron draft, it cuts defense and magic defense in half. Very, very good. We can inflict old status with the speed shake. We have holy element with this. This does flat damage. This tends to be kind of bad. And then mini status, but basically nothing in the late game can be minied. Well, that's not true, actually. Holochronosis can be minied, I believe. So anyway, really, really cool ability. I'm probably going to be referring back to this chart because I can't remember what they all do off the top of my head. But still, really, really cool ability. Very, very, very strong. Oh, and yeah, we're just gonna, I'm hitting the wrong button. I'm hitting cancel instead of purchase. I mean, we're just gonna buy 99 of these, which was quite expensive. So we need to get some more money. We actually need to get one more haste ring, because we have 2 of them right now, and I believe we get another one in an upcoming dungeon. We also need to get more of these water scrolls and whatnot. We only have 1 turtle shell. We have a decent number of the dragon fangs. So some of these you can buy, like you can buy the scrolls. I might have to look up where they sell those things though. I can't remember. And that's the inn. They do sell them in some places, but they sell them in Mirage too, don't they? All right, we're good on all the status clearing effects. Phoenix Downs I can't afford more of. Hearing a lot of we can inflict status X, but everything's immune to it. Let me just put it this way, there are exceptions. There are some exceptions. So, yeah. Alright, so there's basically there's a couple more things we can do before hitting the final dungeon. Since we just did Leviathan, let's go kill Bahamut next. We actually need the Chocobo we need the black Chocobo for that. It's a little tedious to do because the dungeon where Bahamut's located has not changed from the beginning of the game. It's North Mountain, which is like the 3rd dungeon in the game, and the monsters have not been upgraded at all, and we can't run away from anything. But we should be able to just Blade Blitz everything in a second. It's just kind of tedious. Alright, where are we close to this? Oh man, we still have a ways to go. Okay. I think I should have flown south across the world wrap to get here. The Chocobo is not as fast as and we also need to go to Phoenix Tower, which is over there. But yeah, this bird is not as fast. How do we get in there again? How do I fly the bird in there again? Anyway, I know we need the Chocobo to get in there, but I'm trying to... Oh wait, we can fly over mountains. I'm an idiot. I'm avoiding all the mountains. We can literally just fly over the mountains. Okay. Well, let's head over to North Mountain. Like, I'm an idiot. We can fly over the mountains. Anyway, so this will work. These things also give a lot of gold. We actually do need gold, as I said. And experience is always handy. Mountains are, yeah, like waist-high walls. That's from Dragon Quest III, which we were also doing on stream a little while earlier. Oops, I meant to use Blade Blitz there. Well, I was going to double Blade Blitz and see if that could kill them, but now that that's not the case, we'll just Hellwind our way to victory as usual. Amheg is literally just straight up D&D bug monster, yep. The earlier Final Fantasy games took a lot from Dungeons & Dragons. Like, they weren't even trying to hide the fact that they were just cribbing from D&D. Alright. So anyway, like I said, this is literally the same dungeon from the beginning of the game. Nothing has changed. These monsters give like 100 gold, but we can't run because of Brave Blade. So 200 gold, 36 experience. Wait, Lena actually leveled off that? She leveled off 36 experience? Are you kidding me? She needs 17,000 for her next level. She leveled off 36 XP? Okay, that's ridiculous. What a bizarre coincidence. can't get over. She leveled off 30 XP. Anyway, Blade Blitz will kill all these, and it is a short dungeon. It's just a little tedious because we have to go through the whole dungeon, and then because we don't have an exit spell or a teleport spell, we have to walk back out again. So, also the cats have like 10% evade, so they're gonna dodge some of these Blade Blitzes. See, I told you it was gonna avoid some of them. Can't we kill these things by like walking into them? I get the impression Bartz is like not even paying attention as he Blade Blitzes them. It's just weird that the developers did not bother to replace these with like endgame monsters. It seems like that would be a very easy thing to do. I guess they just like forgot or something. I don't know. But whenever, in any case, they didn't. So. There we go. Bye. I mean, as I said, the battles are easy and they're short, but it still does, like, kind of waste time. Okay. Oh, we need to change our equipment. So, remember how we have all those reflect rings? Guess what? No, not that. No. Bahamut's Mega Flare can be reflected, so yeah. So, yep. That'll kill it. Again, if you're wondering why Bartz can't hit this thing, it's because they have innate physical evade. He's not guaranteed to hit. Alright, here we go. What is Ferris doing with that expression anyway? Again, Bahamut's supposed to be like as big as the mountain itself, which is pretty hilarious. I do like the shadow effect that like we pass from sun into the shade because this monster's so big. You would think we wouldn't be able to fight this guy, but apparently we can. Alright. So, before we attack, we'll put ourselves in armor status again. I don't know if that's worthwhile to do. This guy does physically attack some, so. Again, it would be nice if Bartz were in, Wait, is this going to reflect off his reflect ring? Let's find out. Okay. Maybe should have thought that through a little bit. Maybe should have thought that through a little bit more. That's okay. Oh my god, I forgot to... Okay, let's just reset this. I forgot to give Ferris her extra ability. Whoops. Alright, those were several goofs there. multiple goofs there. Well, that's why we just saved the game. You guys can't... I can't see this. For some reason, every time I have to reset... Where is it? What the heck? Why can't you guys see this? Hold on. Oh no, the revenge. There we go. Okay. Bahamut's revenge. I forgot I have to actually give her combine. Now, she can't run the EXP experience up bonus when she's doing that, but... No, I want physical evade. Oh my god, the game gives her stuff that I absolutely do not want. It gives her the bone mail. Alright. Reflect ring. You should also just have long reach for this. Let's be clear. Alright. Now I gotta adjust all your equipment too. This better be worth it. Having to reconfigure everybody's equipment here. Alright. Now we're gonna save the game here. There we go. You screw. Yeah, I know, right? That's always the thing with these RPGs. While you're off doing 8,000 side quests, the big baddie just destroys everything. All right, now we'll just speed through this because we already saw the animation. All right. No trying to put ourselves in armor status because we saw what happened. All right, good job, Bart. All right, now we can finally do combine. So for this, we have to combine two things together, Blitz Shot and then our material. Hey, remember how if we use a Dragon Fang, it does double damage to dragon targets? Wait, where's our mixing materials? Here we go. Remember how it does double damage to dragon targets? Yeah. Well, that should be pretty good. Dragon Cannon. Wait, what? Is he not a dragon? Is he not classified as a dragon? Because that did, like, no damage. Well, anyway. At least we still have Hellwind to rely on. I'll try a different, I'll try something else and see if it does better. Alright. Oh, do we want to do a prediction? Sure, this can't possibly go wrong. I'm sure nothing bad will happen from using predict here. Starfall gets us over to cleansing, which is what we actually want. Okay, we can drain touch that away. Good thing he's not immune to that. Combine. Let's do... I can... Some of these I can purchase. I'm more likely to use... So like this one, Goliath Tonic, I can purchase this one. We'll give this a shot and see what this does. Quake Cannon. Oh, wait. Is that going to do nothing because he's flying? He flies over the earth damage, or does this actually deal damage? Yeah, that didn't do anything. He's considered to be flying in float status, so the earthquake did nothing. Well, we're off to a good start here. We'll just wait for this predict to hit. Alright. Surely nothing bad will happen from Starfall this time. Well, that one actually worked. I mean, it did a lot of damage to... I mean, it did a lot of damage to both sides, but it worked. Kind of. Don't worry, it's fine. He can't hit all of us. Okay, I didn't know he had that ability. Okay, I didn't know he could do that. We'll try again. He doesn't always use that move. Don't worry, there's a reason why we saved the game. Our reflect rings, they did nothing. Apparently that's an ability that can't be reflected. Bahamut does not count as a dragon. Apparently, yeah, I know, right? That doesn't make a lot of sense, but apparently... I definitely need to get more of these items. I should have bought some more of them. Oh, well. Oh, wait, no, that's the one that didn't do anything last time, didn't it? Here, have some water. Okay, yeah, did not really do that much damage. It's fine. I'm sure that this time it'll go better. I just want to get over to cleansing. You know what I should do? I should fight a random encounter right before this and cycle through so I have cleansing queued up. Starfall is a little unpredictable. Ah, there we go. Atomic Ray. Boom. There, you get wrecked by our reflect rings. Now, Bahamut is right around 40,000 health as well. I don't want to use these because these are very rare materials. It's not easy to get more of them. I can buy... Are iron drafts buyable? I can't remember. I can't remember if these are purchasable or not. Well, we'll give it a shot. We haven't seen this one yet. Supposedly cuts his defense and whatnot. Hopefully he won't pull out that ice attack that kills everybody last time. She's just going to be ready to heal whatever happens from this Starfall. Alright, I swear if I get wiped again here, I'll just cycle past Starfall on a random encounter. I really should have done that. I forgot. Well, it did no damage to him. Oh, okay. It just did, like, very, very little. Okay, obviously we need to heal here. Great, good job. Alright. We've got enough Dragon Fangs. Let's try this. Okay, yeah, did not do... We need to get a little health back here. Poison Breath. Well, it's probably going to kill Lena because that went off before. Okay. Unfortunately, that went off before the Condemn did. Just get party members back up. Become the Living Dead. Lena just barely survived. Ferris did not. Gotta use our Holy Water. Haven't had to use that much in this game so far. Everybody's health is pretty low. Well, time for a prediction. Future brings cleansing. Woo! Well, Kara at least is back to a healthy spot on health. Ha! That would have definitely killed Ferris. Let's try to get you back on your feet. Actually, why don't you just... Let's see. You get you back up to full. Then we'll use a prediction to heal. This should actually do decent damage, hopefully. Ah, man. We'll use this to heal yourself, and then we'll get Ferris up next. Alright, now we'll go back to attacking. I think we've mostly recovered here. Well, half the party's recovered. The other half has not. The battle will actually get easier if we get this guy low on health, because then he'll start doing Mega Flare. Yeah, once he gets low on health, he'll start doing Mega Flare, and then that doesn't hurt us with the... Yeah. Okay. So that was a battle. Those are things that happened. And then he used Mega Flare. So, by the way, if you wondered why did we put the reflect rings on everybody, I mean, we would have been wiped instantly without using that there. Cure the poison. We'll use a cottage just ahead. I need to get more of those items that we can use for combine, the ones that are easy to purchase. Oh, I need to adjust my equipment back to normal too. So now we have to walk out again, which is very annoying. But hey, we did manage. We got it on the third try. Really, the second try. Blade Blitz. All right, now we got to go through and give you all your proper stuff again. I wish that there were a faster way to get down to the bottom of this list. Ferris, I want you... No, not you. Ferris, I want you getting that bonus experience because why not? Again, the game just does not know how to pick I really wish it would just leave the stuff you had in place. But no. Okay, that's fine, except we want you to be this, and you get the other Hermes sandals. Alright, blah, 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 blah. There we go. Alright, now we just have to make our way out of here, go buy some more supplies. Alright, good. We managed to hit both of them. It's too bad that Blade Blitz does only half damage to enemies that are in the back row. Because physical attacks are affected by rows. Magic damage is never affected by what row somebody's in. Good thing I had those reflect rings. Yeah, the Necromancer has very high health, and that's because it can't heal. Remember, that the Necromancer can't heal, cannot heal using items, so they have to make up for it by having higher vitality. All they can do is Drain Touch. And I didn't even have Drain Touch in for most of the game. Like, if the Necromancer could use a... Well, the funny thing is, if you use an Elixir on the Necromancer, they drop down to, like, 5 HP, but it will actually restore their magic points, which is kind of interesting. Using an Elixir on them will nearly kill them, but it does restore their magic points, bizarrely. Which is less of an issue in a party setting like this, but it is a real issue in a solo game. Here. Alright, so we're almost out, and then we get to walk. And then while we're over here, we'll go over and do Phoenix Tower. Just so I don't have to come back here. Alright, again, any attack will kill these things. They have like 100... Okay. Unlike any attack will kill these things, Kara does 80 damage. That was not enough to kill that thing. When you physically attack with those rods, they can roll... The amount of damage they do is highly random. Just due to the way that it's programmed. She could have done anywhere from, like, the 80 damage you saw up to, like, 500 damage. Which, of course, would have been enough to kill that thing. Yeah, any attack will kill these, except the one that I just did. Oh, wait, I hope these things don't absorb Evil Mist. I really hope these things don't absorb Evil Mist. Alright, good. Look at that. That's a lot of golden XP. And again, we do need that money. Our gold's pretty low right now. Because I had to buy all those blitz shots. And I had to buy the coral rings, too. Unfortunately, well, let's see. If we use 2 blade blitzes. Unfortunately, that's not quite enough to kill all these guys. Yeah, it is probably faster just to blow them away with Hellwind. Especially because we're going to use a cottage up here. Okay, yeah, that's not going to get it done. So it takes 3 blade blitzes to kill them all because 2 of them were in the back row at first. Yeah, 2,800 gold and the 1,400 experience is really nice. Hey, we got back the holy water we used for the zombification. Are we done fighting birds? Yes, we're done fighting. We're done fighting birds, I think. I think we're done fighting birds. Now, there are 2 more dark arts we can get in the Phoenix Tower. So we're going to go collect those as well. Another holy water. And then we can go do Odin, and then we can go do... Oh, here we go. These things, the land crawlers. Now, these things can be killed with Doom. So we'll just use Doom to kill this thing. You looked at those stupid cat enemies. They're named after a pun on kite design. Interesting. Alright. I mean, 2 elemental attacks will also kill it. But these things are pretty nasty. Because, yeah. Remember how I said those things are pretty nasty? They can do that. We'll try to get our revenge. Okay, well. Alright, I mean, at this point, we just let the ticking doom clock go off. Bye. 800 XP is not that bad. We're about to use a cottage, which is why I'm not healing Barts. These are the same monsters you fight in the first part of the final dungeon, by the way. A Blade Blitz and a Hellwind will definitely kill them. Thanks for explaining that, not spam bot. That it's based off a Japanese pun, apparently. Which is why it doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense in English. Alright, here's Phoenix Tower. There's another optional dungeon. There's a lot of optional stuff here in the late game. And yeah, when we were talking about the health, Kara's health is basically... she actually has a higher vitality stat, or stamina stat, whatever it is in this translation, than Ferris. The only reason Ferris's health is higher is she's 4 levels higher. And then Bart's actually has a lower vitality stat too. Bart's needs a couple more levels to be able to get up to the survive a casting of Almagest level. Now the biggest issue with Phoenix Tower is there's no save points anywhere in the tower, so we have to go all the way to the top and then all the way back down to the bottom again. And so we have to do these, well, a lot of random encounters. We actually get a Dark Art by killing the Lemure enemy. I actually don't know which one of these two is the Lemure. We're probably going to use the decent chunk of Ethers in here to restore magic points. See, we gain Dark Haze, which is not a very useful one of these. So basically... Oh, we have Soul Cannon, okay. We have to kill the liquid... Oh wait, he heals Wind Element, doesn't he? Oh no, this one apparently does not. See, we actually did a lot of... Oh, okay, that works. So the way to get through here is there's 30 floors. Each floor is short, but they are 30 floors. And you get these wall patterns. In order to get through, you have to open one of the two sides. One of them is a random encounter. One of them is an open doorway. The pattern is almost always left, left, right to get through. It's almost always left, left, right where we have a decision. But we need to fight the monsters because some of them are liquid flames, and the liquid flames can teach us another dark art. So we have to actually fight these until we fight a liquid flame. Okay. Does that kill this? Nope. Oh, Roulette. Great, we blocked it. Roulette is an ability. There's the Dark Haze. What does Dark Haze do again? Let me look it up real quick. Dark Haze. Where is... Okay, Dark Haze. Causes old and confusion status for all enemies. Not terribly useful. Old and confused status for all enemies. Wait, you actually survived that? Wow, I'm impressed. Oops, I meant to use open fire there. I thought it was on Bart's. Oh yeah, if you hit them, they can do confusion. Okay. Okay, seriously. Okay, like, this is starting to get out of hand. Someone please just... Okay, someone please just kill this. Ow. Okay. Just kill this thing. There we go. I was like, this is starting to get out of hand. Anyway, we need to... I knew that this would be a random. We need a liquid flame. Alright, nope, not a liquid flame. Eventually we'll get a liquid flame, though. Okay, seriously? Come on, Bart, do a better job of this. I think that this kills the Bandercoorl. There we go. Alright. So I'm going to tell you right now, the correct one to pick is the right one, so we're going to do the left one, so we get the fight. Nope, still no, Eventually one of these is a liquid flame. It's not entirely random. I believe that we just need to do slightly more damage to kill this one. Yeah, there we go. Alright, and then every 5th floor has these pots over here. You can feed an elixir to these things, and it'll give you 99 ability points, but we've already maxed out our job, so we do not need ability points. I'd rather have the elixir. You can also fight them, but they're really tough opponents, and they would wipe this party without much trouble. So again, left is the correct one, so we'll do right to get the encounter. Still looking for... Here we go, Liquid Flame. Okay. Now, how much health does this thing have? I have to kill it with Kara. I actually need to look up how much health this thing has, because I cannot remember, and I don't want to kill it with Bart's by accident. That'll just take 1 second. Okay, Final Fantasy V algorithms. I should have looked this up. All right, Liquid Flame Human. Liquid Flame Phoenix Tower. It has 9,000 health. That means that we cannot use Finisher on it. 9,000. We would kill it if we used Finisher. So we'll just attack. And then 2 Hellwind should probably finish it off. 9,000 health. Okay. I think an Open Fire and then a Hellwind will do it. Yeah. Oh no. However will we survive that? Alright. This should kill it, and then we'll learn our... This is the final final Dark Art we can learn, because all the others are in the post-game dungeon. Gain Meltdown, which is a very cool name. So this one basically does something very similar to Hellwind. Oh wait, no, that's under magic, not ability. It's under Dark Arts. Burns target with Searing Heat, causes sap status. But it's single target, which is interesting, because Hellwind hits everything, Evil Mist hits everything. This one's single target, which is odd, as I said. Evil Mist can inflict poison, and Hellwind can inflict petrification. So anyway, I'll show what that looks like in one of these battles. Alright, now we don't have to fight the random encounters, so now I'll start skipping them, because they don't really give us that much. Again, left, left, right is the correct pattern on almost every single one. I think when you get up to the very top, it switches to right, right, left, or something like that. Kara, I'm 12 years old and will grow up without any psychological damage from the horrors I have seen and done. Again, there are 30 floors until we get to the top. And at the top, you learn the Phoenix Summon, which would be nice if we had a summoner, but we don't. Okay. Good thing Bart's was in the back row there. Okay, this would be a legitimately nasty fight, except that we have access to Hellwind. This is not a good battle to show Meltdown, because this is actually a pretty dangerous fight. Good thing almost nothing resists Wind Element. Oh, they're still alive. Oh my god. Okay. They have more health than I thought. That's not going to do as much because he's in the back row, but it will do enough. We'll have to replenish potions eventually. Oh, I don't remember what floor I'm on. Okay, there we go. Right. Again, if you are willing to give up elixirs, you can get a ton of ability points here. So we're at the halfway point. Now, unfortunately, it's not enough just to get up to the top. We then have to come back down again because we don't have teleporter exit or whatever. And there's no boss in this tower, by the way. No boss. Alright. This is still... We're still in the left, left, right pattern. Ooh, this one. So it's a somewhat tedious tower. Alright, are we about to break from the left, left, right pattern? We are. See, I told you at the top the pattern eventually breaks at the top. Okay, that would have been nice to hit that. I wish I could steal magic points from these guys. I mean, there is actually a black magic spell that does that, Osmos, but we don't have access to black magic here, so... Not with this party. Seriously, Bart? See, has 50% odds to get elemental attack each time. Is that going to confuse it? No. Ah, blocked it. Good job. Surely we can pull a finisher here, and there we go. Of course we won't miss 3 times in a row. I didn't want to spend more magic points there. Alright, so that time it was... Alright, left, left. This time it was right, left, right. So the pattern switched. Now on the way down, we don't have to play this this game. These guys, by the way, can drop dancer equipment. The stuff that upgrades sword dance, or upgrades, what's the one that gets replaced? Tempting Tango becomes sword dance. Oh! Oh! Wow, that's great. I didn't know that they could drop that. Okay, I guess those guys don't drop dancer equipment. Well, that's fantastic. That saves me 50,000 gold having to buy another one of those. Awesome. Now I just need to buy one more to put everyone in permanent haste status. I believe the last pattern is a left, left, right again. That was a nice drop. Yeah, open fire doing some pretty nice damage there. Do we need to do it? I think we can maybe make it through with just... Okay. I thought that would kill that. It did not. Probably should have blade blitzed again. Oh. Guess what? The frog will operate the cannon. And, oh, I thought that would actually work. It did not. The frog was not able to fire the cannon. What? Are you kidding me? Back-to-back battles? I mean, I'll take it. That's incredible. Okay. Talk about saving me money. Okay, that saved 100,000. That literally saved 100,000. Although, I believe there is another, one of those sandals in, the final dungeon. Rienzo, you're getting 0 points today. Okay. Oh, I forgot. This is a mandatory fight here. This soul cannon. You're getting 0 points today. I like Mario Samus. Thanks for popping in. We're still about an hour away from getting started. Okay, well that was easy enough. Alright, now we get to another cutscene because we're at the top floor. Hurry you! Is this the Windrake that saved you? The Windrakes are always dying in this game. They're always mortally wounded and dying. Hurry you! What are you doing? He wants to help you. Hurry you! Which basically means Windrake. Or something close to it in Japanese. Time to insist you not curse one of Hicks. Hey, I got the winner right last week. I mean, a blind nut does find a squirrel eventually. And the previous game... That's very sad. The previous game, I picked the guy who won 50% of the time in the alternate histories. That's a Charizard, and you can't tell me otherwise. I mean, basically, it turns into the Phoenix Summon, which is a fire summon. He knew he didn't have much longer to live. In the ancient forest, when he saved me, he came to this tower so he could help you with the last of his power. Why didn't he just come to us directly? Why did he go to the top of a tower infested with monsters? Phoenix is an interesting summon. It deals fire damage to the enemies. Good damage, but not incredible damage. And it revives any party member that happens to be dead at the time. So it gives the summoner a way to revive party members, which is weird. Mother's not going to make it. The only thing that can cure her is a Windrake's tongue. Lena, where are you going with that knife? There goes Lena to cut out the tongue. Kill him and you'll have finished off the last of the Windrakes. What's more, the Queen Mother is always carried. Alright, I'll leave this up to chat. Will you still cut out his tongue, yes or no? I'll leave it up to chat which answer we pick. It does not affect the gameplay, by the way. This is not like Baldur's Gate 3 that has like meaningful choices in it. But I'll leave it up to you guys. Should we cut out the Haryu's tongue and doom this race to save Lena's mother? Don't all jump in here at once. Option 3. We have one yes. We have one no. We need someone to cast a tie-breaking vote. Kill them all. Okay, Burninator rolled a 1. We go with yes. Tycoon not afraid to hit his little girl. We got the more interesting answer, I think. This is where we find out that King Tycoon's wife, it was an arranged political marriage. He didn't care if she lived or died anyway. I'm making that up, but that's my headcanon. He loved the dragon much more than he loved his own wife. Yes, by the way, they're on the edge of a gigantic spire with like a 1,000-foot drop down. Just slaps her. Don't be a better parent than King Tycoon. Windrake Curry became a phoenix, entrusted its power and its soul, retrieved the summoned monster phoenix. We've gotten a whole bunch of summoned monsters that we can't use. Alright, now we have to make it back down the tower. The legends don't talk about how we then have to walk back down the tower again. Alright. Now, it's interesting because the rank 1 summons you mostly purchase, but we got Shiva, Ifrit. This is where Rama goes, but we haven't used the Rama item. Titan, and then this is where Gollum goes. And then we have Carbuncle. This is where the Kotobel Pass goes. And then we got Phoenix, Leviathan, Bahamut, who cost 66 magic points, which is kind of ridiculous. Alright, now we just walk down. We don't have to fool with the door roulette anymore. It's just one staircase down, but we do have to walk down 30 floors. I feel like Square, they basically did another version of this in the sequel game, Final Fantasy VI. I feel like they just did a better job in that game. Because it's like the Fanatics Tower. I can't remember the exact name of it. It's just a more interesting version of this same dungeon, basically. Bye. How many magic points does she have left? Oh, the game very conveniently refilled our health and magic points. Hey, that was like a free in. Excellent. Yeah, the one with Kefka's Cultist. I don't remember the exact name. It's been a while since I played that game. But it's similar. You go up a very, very tall tower. And it's a more interesting dungeon than this one. Oh, I should have used open fire on the one in the back. Oh well. I mean, that's pretty good damage. The fact that it flipped around is because it's confused now. The red shot has a chance to confuse the target. Okay, I guess it didn't really matter which one we hit. There we go. Lena, are you up to, what, 1,100 health now? 1,142. She probably is not going to hit 1,500 health. Because the Oracle class has ridiculously low stamina. 21 is one of the lowest stats in the game. Not the lowest. Dancer has the lowest, but it's very low. Necromancer, you can see, is 45. That's actually the highest in this party. Yeah, Gladiator and Cannoneer are just, like, average. And then the Necromancer is high. Not as high as, like, actually, no, they're close to a Monk. Monk has the highest, but they're pretty close. So they do get a lot of health on leveling. How much health and magic points are based on your level, and then your stat in those two categories. It's vitality or whatnot for physical. By the way, the fact that open fire is now doing like well over 1,000 damage is really nice for a spammable ability. As I mentioned, it's... What the... What is going on here? This is a 1 in 16 drop. I want to point out, this is a 1 in 16 drop. Now, there were 3 of them, so it's whatever, you know, we had 3 shots at it, but we got 2 of them in one battle here at 1 in 16 odds on each one of these. That's insane. Rienzo said, now I can sell 2 of the shoes, because now I have 6 of the shoes now, 6 copies of the haste shoes. Rienzo's now says I'm going to get -1 points in today's Civ 4 AI Survivor contest. I don't know, maybe I'm just... Maybe ever since we fought those birds, my luck has finally turned or something. I don't know. Yeah, people are like, uh-oh, if you're getting lucky now, you know what this means later. Actually, let me show you what Meltdown looks like. So Meltdown's single target. Does fire element damage to 1 target. It does the same damage, by the way. Oh, also, let me show you now. So now that Lena's in haste status, her condemns take 2 seconds to go off. Condemn is legitimately a really nice ability, so we can heal our party super fast. Oh, wait. Why did it take... Oh, because the monsters are not in haste status. She's in haste status. My bad. If we put a heal on one of our party members, it'll heal incredibly fast. I should have open fired on the other one, shouldn't I? Because that one was going to die to Doom anyway. Oh, well. Uh-oh, roulette. Somebody's about to die. It might be them. It might be one of us. It is Lena. Goodbye, Lena. Roulette, not a fun ability. You can block it with the Bone Mail. If you have the Bone Mail, it'll just hit and do nothing. Not a fun ability, though. Bye. It is literally roulette. I'm going to have Lena heal herself with a Condemn. To show that it goes off in 2 seconds. So instead, I'll try to kill these guys one at a time. Well, since we've missed that, I'll kill them with Hellwind. Since we missed the attack, I'll just blow them away. I'll get the heal on another round. Oh, wow. Hold on. They're actually still alive. Okay. So as I said, it'll take 2 seconds. You might want to... not laugh at Civ 7. Civ 7's doing... Yeah, see how fast that was? Civ 7 released a major patch this week. Like a big patch. And the viewer numbers are way up right now. The big question is, will that hold? But for the moment, Civ 7 had a huge surge of interest this week. I plan to take a look at it and see if it's improved. I took a brief look at it. It definitely looks like it's better, but I think a lot of the major problems with the game are still there. But they definitely made some improvements. But, like, if you're trying to clown on Civ 7, this is probably not the week to do it. Anyway, we definitely got some good experience. Okay, what's with all these drops? 2 Lamia's Harps. Now, that's only equipable by the Bard, but... So this was really useful because we got some good experience in here. We also refilled gold. We also got 2 more copies of the haste shoes. So all that stuff's pretty nice. And we still have 10 more floors to go to get down here. I mean, each floor is short, but like 30 floors is still a lot. And we got the last couple, what's it called? Okay, Bards, do a little better next time. The last couple Dark Arts. Here, let me show you what Dark Haze does. Is it says it puts all the monsters in old and confused status, which is usually not that valuable to do. Just confuse both of them. Alright, well, enjoy a Doom Clock. I'm actually just going to see what these guys do. They're both confused. Spore? What does that even do? Okay, so that happened. Battles get silly sometimes in this game. So Bart's will probably have enough health to survive an Almagest. Everyone should be able to survive an Almagest except Lena, and we can queue up a shell from the Wonder Rod for her. so that she'll survive until it gets dispelled away, which X-Death will do eventually in that fight, but I can queue that up so that she'll be able to survive a casting. Okay. I think the thing in the front might actually survive this Hellwind. Yeah, I should have hit it with open fire. Bart's just stab it. There we go. And Ferris get... 7 pairs of shoes. Do I hear 7 pairs of shoes? Oh man, this game must think that this is like a Lich Staff from our Ogre Battle run last year. Or was that 2 years ago? We ended up with 7 Liches. Or Undead Staffs, they were called in that game. Yeah, we're just going to get 1 for each foot. The party's going to get 1 for each foot. We should definitely save it just in case something weird happens on the way to the airship. Lena is a princess. She has a large shoe connect collection. Something like that. These guys again. That's pretty... These guys have 20k health, so they do take quite a few hits to take down. Alright. These guys are vulnerable to confuse. I'm actually going to use Dark Haze here, because they're susceptible to being confused. And then we're just going to Doom and sit back and let the Doom Clock take care of this for us. Have fun, buddy. Bye. Okay, I didn't need another one of these guys. Okay, Owl. I am going to need to go buy some more Phoenix Downs. The Landcrawler says, and I took that personally. This thing was like, and I took that personally. Do you plan on doing Slay the Spire 2 stuff? Yeah, I'm waiting for the game to actually come out. I know that a lot of y'all are playing the game right now in early access, which I do not begrudge at all, but I'm waiting for the game to come out. Okay, this battle is not going to last that long, but... in particular, the fact that there's co-op is something I definitely want to explore. I've never been as good at the deck building games as some of you. Oh, he's still alive. Okay, I thought it was going to be dead. Well, at least that heal went off super fast. Yeah, they have a lot of health. Alright, I think it was just about to take its turn again, so that's good. Yep, aside from Bart's, the entire party is princesses. Yeah, this game does not make any bones about being, like, pro-nobility. Like, it is not a game of peasants. It is a game of royalty are better because they are a higher station and they are therefore better than you. Probably going to be a while before Spire 2 is out and for release. That's fine. I've got plenty of games to play right now. But, I mean, I'm glad that those people who are really into it... Like, I know JDPL Grillo's been playing a lot and just been, like, wrecking Ascension 10. Grillo's really good at deck building games, much better than me. He's going to need to teach me how to play when that game comes out. And I know some of others I've seen it. Some others of you have been posting on the Discord as well. I've just never been as good at deck building games as other games. I don't quite have like the right mindset for it. All right. So we're going to sell some of our stuff. And then we need to buy more supplies. All right. Let's sell some of the junk. We have some extra pairs of shoes to sell. Let's just sell let's sell Rama. The game does not allow you to sell Rama to the shopkeeper. We don't need this air knife, though. We probably don't need the dancing dagger. The thief's knife, we may be able to steal something at the very end of the game, so we'll hold on to that. Assassin's dagger can kill people, It does have the chance to pull Doom out. This is not useful for us. Nobody can use this, so we can sell this. The Excalibur is basically useless as well, but I'll hold on to it. It's fun. The actual Excalibur, we don't need the Rune Axe. I know it sells for 5 gold, but I would just want it out of my inventory. And the Excalibur is just superior to the Holy Lance, so we'll sell that for 5 gold. Titan's Axe we don't need. The Mazmoon we can't use, so here you go, shopkeeper. Have a Mazmoon. We can't use it. The Yoichi have this. Take these Lamia's harps too. Take this, the legendary Fire Whip. Take that too. And Apollo's harp, here. And Gaia's bell. We're just handing him all the legendary weapons. Anyway. I guess I'll hold on to these. Oh, here's our 3 extra pairs of the Hermes sandals. So that's nice. Let's get 1 more coral ring so we have enough for everybody. We're never going to use these protect rings because we just always have something better to use. We're never going to use the curse ring at this point either, not that it sells for anything. Alright, that was nice. We cleared out a lot of space in our inventory. I do need a few more ethers. Yeah, just to be on the safe side. Okay. These I can use in... Alright, we can do the iron drafts. Those are all things I can use. And we need to replenish our high potions. Could use a few more Phoenix Downs just to be safe. Alright, good stuff. Now let's go get some of the ninja scrolls. They are sold here. They're over in the weapon shop. Restocking all our junk. Wait, is it... Do we have to go around to the back entrance? I guess we have to go to the back entrance. I know they sell them here. These prices are... Yeah, people are like... Rienzo said that the guy we sold all the legendary weapons to is definitely making some insane margins. It's like, here, I have 7 different legendary weapons from ancient times. How much did you pay for these? It's like, I got a guy. Okay, let us through. Out of the way. Magic healing pot. Is it this staircase? That door leads nowhere. That's only activates in the final dungeon. Here we go. This is the guy I wanted, right? Yeah, here we go. Flame scrolls. These things are cheap. We'll buy a... So we can spam these if we need to. The Fuma Shurikens are good, but they are a little pricey. I'll do a couple of these just so I can show what that looks like. I think we get a couple more of these at the end of the game. Yeah, there's a couple more in chests at the end of the game. I'm trying to remember if any of the endgame bosses have the human tag. Because it does double damage to humans. Alright, let's get out of here. So, let's go kill Odin so we can go get another summon that we can't use, but just for funsies. And then, just because it'll line up with the timing, we'll do the go-go, get the Mimic class. Which is also kind of pointless, but... I don't want... there's not enough time to do the final dungeon, so I'm kind of just doing silly stuff. Doing the final optional stuff. Oh, there's also another thing we can go do, too. Let's go to the Pirate's Cave first. Where is that? It's near the opening area of the game, which is over here. Oh wait, there's still enemies here? Okay, well, great. Okay, another... This is like literally the first place you have random encounters in the whole game. But it's very short, so... Going back to the Pirate's Cave. At least we get to do 2,000 damage to everything, so that's nice. Alright. Okay. One more screen. Again, I'm a little surprised that the ran it was seriously back attacked. Well, it doesn't matter because we're in haste status. We still go before the enemies even when we're back attacked. All right. There's a little cutscene here. This is where we get the Sildra summon. We're just continuing to get summons we can't use. Sildra, you're alive! What is that? What is this up here? That looks like a visual glitch. Or maybe that's the bridge up ahead. Ferris, what are you talking about? Ferris, do you see something? I guess Ferris is the only one who can see Sildra. Oh, I guess our magical 10-year-old girl can also see her. Sildra's spirit says she wants to help Ferris. Yes. Remember when Sildra sacrificed herself at the beginning of the game? Everyone's always sacrificing themselves, remember? If you are a pet that looks like a dragon, this is not the crew you want to be around because they all end up dying at some point. Sleeping Dragon said alternate interpretation of the scene. Kara isn't seeing anything at all and is just humoring Ferris. It's like, yes, yes, I see it too, dear. Anyway, Sildra basically is the summoner version of Hellwind. It's almost exactly identical. Hits the whole screen, does wind element damage, can be boosted with the Magus Rod. On the summoner playthrough, you just literally do the same thing. You just spend the whole late game just casting Sildra over and over and over again. Instead of Hellwind, you just do Sildra endlessly. It's just as effective as Hellwinding everything. Alright, let's go get Odin next. And then we should have time to do the Mimic side quest, which is not really that interesting, but we have time enough. Then we can use next week's session to do the final dungeon. And I can double check to make sure I have everything. I'll try to spend some time before next week double checking what all the various weaknesses are of the endgame bosses, because I remember some of them, but not all of them. Anyway, so that scene was... That was the whole reason we came in here, was to get that. That is literally the first thing that you do if you were playing a summoner. You come in here immediately as soon as you get the airship. Because Sildra is so powerful. Alright. Next we have to go to the Cave of Jakol, which is over here. Yeah, it's down here. Where is Ball Castle? Alright, so here's the castle. Where's the cave? There's the cave. So we have to go through the cave first, and then we come up in the basement of the castle. Is there going to be a break in the Civ games? I am away for a week in June, but I am planning on doing a game next week. Whether that is a single wildcard game or a pair of wildcard games remains to be determined. It's most likely that there's going to have to be two of them. Alright. Finisher will kill this thing. Oh, I guess we did get to do the squirrel dungeon after all, you guys. This is the squirrel dungeon. Alright, so now we need to wait, and one of these switches will be revealed as the real one. Come on, any second now. There it is. That's the real one. We didn't get to it in time. It's random which of them is the real one. It changes. Come on, game. There we go. You need to hit that to open the path forward. But yeah, we will... Okay. These things have like 50 HP. We get 60 gold and 7 experience. This is a place to go if you want to farm ability points, because you do get a lot of ability points. And these Skull Leaders give you like 7 ability points. So it's a place you can go if you just want to farm ability points. It gives you like no gold or experience, and they give you 5 ability points. Oh man, apparently though. Yeah, this is considerably less funny early in the game when these things are very deadly. At this point in time, though, we can deal with it pretty easily, I think. Yeah, at this point in the game, it's not much of a issue, but... If you come here in World 1, oh, that's right, we have to hit the treasure chest to open the door. If you come here in World 1, though, those things will wreck you pretty good. Also, if you come here in World 1, the treasure chest you can actually claim. Not that they have... Yeah, that would have one-shot us in the beginning of the game. Thanks, J. Scott. Thanks for subscribing. We're getting ready to do our Civ game shortly here, which is what most people are here for, understandably. But these treasure chests you can claim if you come here earlier in the game. Right now they've all been opened up by some kind of thief or something. I can't remember. But somebody opens them. They don't really have anything of interest. I think there's a whip here if you're playing the Beastmaster class. I think there's a whip that's decent for World 1. But there's not much reason to come here normally because it's a dangerous dungeon and there's not much of interest. Those stupid skull eaters will bash your face in early in the game. Alright. Oh, we should try to queue up a prediction from Lena in one of these fights so we have cleansing ready to go. How much of World 3 do you have to do? Very little. You have to do the pyramid and that's it. You can go straight to the final dungeon after that. You just have to do the pyramid. That's it. You can skip everything else. That'll kill that one. Alright, now I'm going to set up this prediction with Lena here. So I'll just have you chill. Alright, predict. We should be able to win this battle before that prediction goes off. But now we'll have cleansing ready to go. I can't remember what the one prediction is anyway. Deluge. Well, that will probably kill us all if that goes off. So we'll just make sure we win the battle before that goes off. Alright, there we go. Alright, now we have cleansing ready to go, because we're on a 0 digit. Predict, remember, the last digit of your magic points dictates what prediction actually gets used. So we have cleansing, which is one of the ones that doesn't kill us. One of the ones that doesn't kill us, ready to go. World 3 really is the final dungeon and a bunch of things you can prepare for it. Yeah. It's pretty cool. I like it a lot. I like the way it's designed. So you can do as much of it or as little of it as you want. Do these things vulnerable to confusion? No, apparently not. There's only one guy left. Let's set him on fire. Now, for Odin, the battle's on a timer. We have to win quickly. So we have 1 minute to kill this guy. So I really hope that Bartz will pull out his elemental attack. Ferris, I do have to give Combine here. And now I have to go through the annoyance of reconfiguring her entire gear setup. I don't know what... Oh, Odin's weak to lightning. I have a lightning one, don't I? I have a lightning combined, don't I? I just have to use... Lightning scroll. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Well, we actually learned Hellwind from these guys back in World 2. So, chicken's coming home to roost against these things. They give us money, but I don't think they give us experience. Yeah, I mean, they do, but they give us so little. Alright. Odin came here trying to best me, eh? Pity I don't have the time to fight the likes of you. I could spare you 1 minute. Still want to rumble? Yes. Pretty confident, huh? 1 minute, not a second more. Got it? Yes. It's your funeral. Alright, Bartz, don't fail me. Yay, there we go. Spark cannon. Now, unfortunately, some of these attacks do have fairly long animations, and the long animations actually do matter here. Wait, what? I thought he was weak against lightning. Oh, well. Thought he was weak against lightning. Apparently not. Oh. So what happened there was Hellwind always has a chance to petrify, which is an instant death attack. And the petrification actually hit him because he's weak against petrification. I remember you can use the Shoat Summon to kill him. So Hellwind just once again saved the day for us, yet again. I could have sworn that Odin was weak against lightning. Maybe he is in a different... Maybe it's a different... Maybe I'm thinking of Final Fantasy IV where he's weak to lightning. I don't know. In any case. He wasn't weak to light... Odin folded like Willem against rifles. Alright, well, that was fun. Now we have yet another summon we can't use. No, it's not ability, it's under magic. Really filling out our summons here, aren't we? So now let's go get another job thing that we're not going to use. Yeah, there are some boss vulnerabilities in this game. A lot of the endgame bosses are like weak to one thing, and if you know about it, you can cheese them to some extent. So a lot of them are kind of like that. It's Final Fantasy IV, he has special scripting if he's hit by lightning, yeah. I'm probably thinking of the wrong Final Fantasy game. Because he did not take any bonus damage from that. I wonder if he's classified as a human. Problem is I don't want to use one of my 2 Fuma Shurikens on that guy if I'm wrong. And I didn't want to take the time to look up whether he is classified as a human or not. Alright, whatever, you guys. Let's just kill you. Hellwind always works against almost everything. I don't know if you've noticed too, but as Kara's level has gone up, the damage is increasing for Hellwind. It used to do like 3,000 damage, now it's almost 4,000 damage. The only real weakness of this is just running out of magic points. It's just Hellwind's really good, so I'm going to keep spamming it. There used to be a really annoying spot. What is Career Day Randomizer? Oh. Okay, that is... I actually didn't know you could go back down there. I mean, it makes sense, but... I actually didn't know you could go back down there. Anyway, so we opened up the door. Now we're in the underground of Ball Castle, which is Galuf's castle. So we'll just use the inn here, and then head on out. It's a randomizer for Final Fantasy V. It requires special sanity checking to make sure a boss in that spot won't brick the seed. Okay. Odin is listed as human. Gotcha. So we could have done double damage with a Fuma Shuriken. Thanks for checking that. It's here. Alright. We'll buy... I think we used like 1 high potion, so we'll just replenish that. Oh, we also need more... We could all... we're not going to go through 26 cottages. I was going to say get more cottages. We might want some more ethers, though, and I have the money available, so... I'll grab a couple. And while we're at it, buy some more. We only need 4 of those, but we'll take them. 4 blitz shots. All right. Now let's go do. Okay. We can probably kill these things without spell casting. Okay. I don't know why there's a little witch riding on a flying moon, but I'm down. I'm down for that. They're pretty cute. Alright. Alright, now to go get that last Mimic Crystal. At that point in time, we'll actually have every job unlocked except the Necromancer. So we need to go to Walt's Castle, which is over here. Or, well, it's underwater. Yes, it's down here somewhere. 300 responses so far. Kathy is over 50%. Stalin Augustus at 14%. Where is it? Right up here? Yes, it's up here. Ah, here it is. So the gimmick of this dungeon is it's Walt's Tower from earlier in the game, but now you do the dungeon in reverse order from top to bottom, and you only have a certain amount of time to make it through. You have 7 minutes on the clock. It's not that tough of a dungeon. I can probably hold my breath for 7 minutes. And again, we have to get down, and then we also have to climb back up again. So you might have noticed they reused a lot of areas from early in the game here in the late game. Like, that's deliberate that they reused a lot of stuff to pad out the game's length a little bit, but I think we should be able to kill everything here without too much trouble. So you ideally want to use stuff. I use Meltdown because it's a faster animation. And there's only 1 target there. Not that these battles give us very much. And there is a place you can replenish your air supply. Over there. But we've only used up 30 seconds, so I'm not going to bother yet. like I said, the time is not really a big concern. Alright, here's the crystal. It's taken the first 2 acts, but now the amazing power of this crystal shard is within my competent grasp. I shan't allow you to take it, so turn back and be gone. Okay. Then let the curtain rise. Alright, it's Go-Go, who looks very different in this game than in Final Fantasy VI. Mimic extraordinaire, who looks like a demented goblin in this game. The basis, no, the very soul of mimicry is the ability to aptly imitate anything, no matter the situation. Thus, I will imitate your every move. When you attack, I will attack. When you cast a spell, I'll cast a spell. Can you imitate me? You'd certainly win. Most likely, it will be curtains for you. Alright, so as you can probably figure out, if you attack, he'll attack. If you cast spells, he casts spells. He wants you to mimic him, so obviously the way to do this is to just stand around doing nothing, which will win the battle after... It takes about a minute, and then you win the battle. It is possible to kill him, but it requires a very high-level party. He does a pretty absurd amount of damage. You're not supposed to be able to beat him normally. He has like 55,000 health or something crazy, and he does really high damage. Your party would have to be a much, much higher level to have a realistic chance of beating him. So I'm not going to try that here. You can do it if you like grind long enough. If you grind up to like level 50, 60, 70 something, you can do it. But it's really not worth it overall. So obviously you're supposed to feel really pressured on time because like that timer is ticking down and you get a game over when it hits 0. But it only takes about a minute of standing here doing nothing. He should probably go into his spiel about how we've won the battle by doing nothing. Sometime around 5 minutes on the clock, something like that. So we shouldn't have to wait too much longer. In earlier builds of Kuroge, Go-Go could show up in Odin's spot, which was terrible. Sounds like it. Hi Kajatliak, welcome. Welcome those of you just getting here. We're wrapping up with the Final Fantasy V stream here. This reminds me of how in Final Fantasy VI, at the end of the first part of the game, you have to wait for Shadow, and like there's this timer ticking down, and he never shows up until the clock's about to hit 0. But he will always show up before it hits 0 if you wait long enough. But I can remember playing that game in like 1995 when there was basically no internet to look up this stuff. And like as the timer would get down to like 30 seconds left, be like freaking out, like, oh my god, is this guy gonna show up? Not knowing that it was scripted, that he would always show up if you waited for it. It was very stressful. Any plans to do other Final Fantasy games on stream? Probably not in the immediate future. Probably not in the immediate future, but at some point we'll probably do something. This was more, I just needed to see, there we go. I guess it's more like 2 minutes of waiting. I thought it was a minute. I guess it was more like 2 minutes, so I guess I was off there. This was more, I just wanted something light and relaxing to throw on before AI Survivor. We'll see. I'm sure at some point I'll do another role-playing game something. Now, remember, we do still have to get out, but we can restore our air on the floor, so we should be totally fine. I think we'd be fine without that, too. Alright, bye-bye. Thrown in, there he goes. Made him very dramatic, and now 50 ability points is pretty nice, too, but of course we've already maxed out our job classes. So we have the Mime or Mimic class, which is basically a somewhat better version of the base class. It can't equip everything. There are some weapons it can't equip. But you get to equip 3 abilities instead of 2. Normally you can only use 2 abilities, so it's pretty useful. It's especially good for spellcasters. You can do some pretty broken combos with them. Alright. Now remember, we still can't run from these battles, so we do have to win them fairly quickly. This should kill this. I don't know what this is. I can't see what this is. I mean, we should be fine to get out of here, though. I just can't run from the battles. Alright. We'll just get the air to be totally safe. Okay, got another 7 minutes. Yeah, we should be okay to walk up the 5 floors we have remaining. I don't think we even needed that, but then I could show that there's a way to get your air replenished. I wish these battles gave you a little bit more in the way of experience, but they do not. Here, have some evil mist just for a change of pace. They didn't like the evil mist. Yeah, we only... Whoa, okay. One of the... I'm not very familiar with these monsters because they only show up in this dungeon, but apparently one of them had the elixir as their rare drop. I'll take the 1 in 16 odds elixir, sure. Elixirs are always nice to have. I don't think I've used even one elixir all game. I'll probably just use them in the last battle for healing. Is it this one, I think? Hi, Dark Cobra. Yeah, a lot of elixirs. Alright. Oh yeah, the exit's in the back here. Oops, I actually meant to use Blade Blitz, but that's fine. Well, that thing's dead. I don't think time is really a factor here. Here, just for funsies, have Dark Flare instead. Again, the animation looks cool, but it doesn't do as much damage as Hellwind. Because Hellwind's... Oh, this thing's actually still alive. Okay. Thing has more health than I was expecting. Well, now it's dead. Hey, Dark Matter. I'll take it. And we'll take our free in, too. Alright, so we actually have... That's literally everything I think you can do in World 3. Pretty sure that's literally everything you can do in World 3. Alrighty. Let's go down here. We'll save it. I usually just save near Mirage, because so much of the late game stuff is there. I don't think we need anything else. I guess we could technically buy like another elixir, but I think we're good. I mean, we have a pretty good stock of everything. I'm trying to think if there's anything more we would need, but I don't think so. I think we have stocks as much as we can get of everything we want. Yeah, I think we're good. Alrighty. So next time, we'll wrap this game up next week. We'll do the final dungeon. And that probably won't even take the full 2-hour session, but we'll see what happens there. So we'll just go ahead and switch on over to the Support AI Survivor, because it takes a couple minutes to set up anyway. So to be continued and wrapped up in next week's session.